everybody, it's Erica Galinas from the Mike McCaddy team at Century 21 Affiliated. I am here for your St. John market update. I have some numbers basically through the spring and then through the end of July. So that gives us through, basically when things are busy of the year. I wanted to make sure I give you these numbers all at once so we kind of get an idea of what, over time, what's trending. So St. John, as you guys know, St. John has a lot of different things going on. We have a lot of older properties, nice properties, but older properties on a couple acres. We have some townhome communities, and we have a ton of new construction. And that new construction is kind of wiggling the numbers around a little bit. So we'll get into this to see, and I try to pull out exactly how new construction is affecting everything, so we'll see what we found. So just to give you an idea what the numbers are, so May of this year, 1st to 31st, we sold 32 units of real estate. And again, that's from the smallest condo to the biggest mansion. So 32 units for a total of $11.4 million. Average days on market was about 72 days, so about a month and a half, thereabouts. And the average sales price was $358,000. And again, that's just the average. June, we sold a little bit more, 41 units, for a total of $13.9 million in the month of June. Days on market, 74 days, so about the same time on the market. But the average sales price was only $347,000, so that was about $11,000 less than what it sold in May. So then in July, we had 34 units of real estate sold for a total of $12.7 million. So obviously that's going to ratchet our average way up. Average days on market, a little longer now. We're approaching, certainly, 85 days is the number. So we're kind of getting close to 3 months on the market. But that average at that $374,000 is, quick math, $23,000 up from month to month. So we went down 11, we went back up, we more than doubled to $23,000. So those numbers are actually pretty stable. And the number of units that we've sold has been pretty stable, 32, 41, 34. That's a pretty straight line number there in terms of what's going on and off the market on a regular basis. So I was having such large changes in average sales price from month to month is kind of a unique situation. So I did some research to see why that might be going on. One thing I had thought of is the new construction. We know all about the new construction that's going on in St. John. There's little pockets of it here and there, but the big one is the gates of St. John. So we have all that in St. John Township, Hanover Township, just that huge area there north of 231, east of 41. And how that works, so you buy a new construction home. So let's say we buy one tomorrow, and they have to build it. So average, build time, 5 to 7 months. Obviously, you can't build when there's, monsoon season. You can't necessarily build a whole lot when it's 37 degrees below zero. So on a normal pre-existing home, a transaction will take about 45 days. So, it's already built. You have to get your loan, basically do the appraisal, all those kinds of things. You're looking about 45 days. With new construction, from the time you write the contract with the builder until you actually close, that can be a number of months because they have to dig the hole and put up the walls and the roof and finish it and everything else. So I think one of the reasons why those numbers might be kind of going up and down like that is because we have people who, went under contract, at the beginning of the year, then the builders had to wait to dig the holes, you got to get the permit from the town and all those kinds of things. So we're starting to see some of those coming in. And the big difference is that, we sold 41 units in June for an average of 347, 34 in July, which is less, but 7 less than that, but an average of 374. And obviously most of this new construction is coming in at a much higher price point than you'd have for, just a regular house built in the 70s kind of thing. So I went in and I looked, and where we are, so pending transactions. So if you go under contract with a builder and they have to build your house before you close, you're in a pending status, basically. That's what we call it. So I checked out our pendings, and there's as of today, 26 pending transactions in St. John. So meaning, we've written the contract, we've accepted the offer, we haven't closed yet. 13 of those are existing, 13 are new construction. So it's actually 50-50 in terms of what's pending today. So, we can expect 13 of these to close in the next 2 weeks to a month. We can expect possibly 13 of these to close in the next 6 months. But it's still only half and half. That's not a big, tremendous difference. But I looked at our active listings in St. John. So everything you can buy today, if you wanted to, in St. John, There are 121 active listings in the town of St. John right now. So they have, and this is everything from a 2-bedroom condo that's listed, our lowest listing price, $189,900, to the new construction stuff that's somewhere on average between $300,000 and $600,000. Again, you have your little bits, the townhouses and stuff like that, and then you have the big, 4,000 square foot new construction homes. Sometimes what they do with new construction is they will have one lot. So, it's lot number 37 in the gates of St. John. And they will list it as one listing with the, X model and one listing with the Y model. And then so they have one lot, but they might list it with several different options. So they come up with several different active listings. So I kind of drilled down. New construction, so of the 121 that are active, new construction only accounts for 49. So that is not, that's less than half of our current listings in St. John. 121 active listings is a pretty big number. I was surprised to see that the new construction is as low. It's still pretty high, but as low as it is compared to, all the pre-existing stuff. It's an interesting time for St. John. Like I said, the cheapest listing right now in St. John that's active is a 2-bedroom condo built sometime in the early 2000s, it looks like. It's listed at $189,900. So we are at a point in the St. John market where there are 121 listings, which is a pretty good inventory for this area, but the cheapest one is almost $200,000. So St. John is definitely positioning itself as a place of higher end housing, for better or worse. We have tons of interest from Illinois buyers. It's right there. You can get on 231, go out to Exchange, you're at 394 in like 10 minutes. So it's like the perfect location for it. It's going to be very interesting. The thing we're going to have to keep an eye on in St. John is, 121 active listings. The cheapest one is basically $200,000, going all the way to $900,000. New, old, updated, condo, townhouse, single-family home. There's all these different things, and there's all this inventory. St. John is one of the only areas around here that actually has good inventory available. And so far, we've been going through, pretty good, staying consistent in terms of how much we're selling. 32 units, 41 units, 34 units. What we're going to have to keep an eye on is, does that number start to get less and less? So instead of, 41, 34, 26, 15, or maybe it'll go to like 47, 52, something like that. The thing we want to be cautious about is that the St. John market looks super, super hot. Now's the time to sell. Everybody throws their houses on the market, and then all of a sudden there's too many houses and not enough buyers, and then we kind of level out a little bit. That's not always a bad thing, but I will say this. Because we don't know where that's going to end up, if you are thinking of selling your house in St. John, we probably want to do it right now. We're going to see what happens. They're predicting recessions and all these different kinds of things, which, I'm sure, I'm sure they know more than I do. Let's put it that way. But who knows what's going to happen. So if you are thinking of selling, the fact that we have this much interest in the market and the fact that we have these consistent buyers coming in and out, driving our prices up, is a really good sign. So please do give me a call. I always say this, even if you're just curious, please call me. I will not harass you or anything like that. It's my job to let you know what it's worth, and I'm happy to do so. If you're thinking of buying in St. John, maybe you're an Illinois person who's looking at this, or somebody who wants to relocate from, Munster, North County, or maybe get a little closer to the action from Porter or Jasper counties, also please give me a call. Like I said, I have access to all 121 of these listings. And I'm sure, again, the location is excellent. So if this is something that you're interested in looking into, maybe an upgrade into the gates, maybe you want to downsize into one of the townhomes around here, Western Ridge has some cute spots, please do give me a call, text me anytime. Number is 219-765-2062. You can also leave a message on this video, whether it's a question or, hey, give me a call. I check these all the time. I'm happy to help. Please become a fan of my page, Home Sales by Erica. It's here on Facebook. I do all these market updates for the area, and then once a week I do an Ask the Agent, and I answer questions about home inspections and mortgages and title work and all the kind of little things that go into it. So I post those once a week. So if you subscribe to my Facebook page, Home Sales by Erica, you'll get notification when those come out. Other than that, I will keep you guys updated. I'm interested, like I said, St. John, I'm pretty interested to see what's going to happen over the next 6 months to a year about that housing inventory. Now might be the time to make a move, because if the demand continues, prices are going to go up, and if demand goes down, demand goes down, prices are going to go down a little bit. So if you're thinking of selling, this might be your sweet spot. But yeah, give me a call. You can email me at hsbyerica, stands for Home Sales by Erica, ERICA, @gmail.com. And I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much.